Bit windy, but what a beautiful day. Lovely, right, Captain. Wow, well windy, but sunshine and cattle. Sunshine and cattle, what am I talking about? How lovely is that though? This is on the river, on River Dock. And I don't mind a bit of wind. Do we mind a bit of wind? No, Marley's more interested in that great big dog looking thing over there that he'd probably want to go and play with given half a chance. No one will ever see this video because the data connection on the canals and rivers is so poor. Actually, I might do it in Doncaster because at least Doncaster's got electricity, like, you know. We'll see how we go. Still really windy, however, we are now in Doncaster and I'm hoping the signal for data will be a little bit better. It should be. This is HMP Doncaster, Her Majesty's Prison Doncaster, and I've got to say Her Majesty has made a lovely job of the garden. Look at the way those trees are manicured. You can just imagine her out there on a nice summer's day doing the lawn with Philip. So I reckon that they're going to have a fairly good mobile phone and data signal around here because it's a prison, and you know that's how the prisoners manage to keep updating their Facebook page and YouTube and ordering their drugs and takeaways. So we should have a reasonably good data signal here because I've been trying while I was at Sprotborough to upload a video I did yesterday about our plaques, about our little metal melting madness, and I'm trying to steer the boat, go in my pocket, and oh, actually I don't know what I've done with the plaque. Might be inside, never mind. Yeah, so I'm going to try and upload these while we're in Doncaster, while we've got a good signal provided for the prison. So thank you HMP Doncaster. I might have to use your Wi-Fi like a lot of the inmates do. So yeah, beautiful. Ow, steer the boat. Right, might crash the boat. That's Doncaster Lock up there, by the way, where we's going if I don't manage to bump the boat into the prison. Right, quick edit, you didn't see that, thankfully. So that's Donny Prison up there, and this is the landing stage where I had to drop a ladyship off so she could go and open the lock, and the wind just pinned me to the side there. So I had to do a rather aggressive manoeuvre, which involved a lot of engine noise. Didn't I, Marley? But being a seasoned skipper like what I is, I managed to position the boat so that we can squeeze it into this tiny little lock. Now most people think when you're on a narrowboat on the canals and rivers of the United Kingdom that the locks are quaint little things that you operate with a windlass, and you turn it around and you let the water in one end, you sail the boat in, you let the water out and then you sail out. Yes, I mean that's true for most of them. Apart from the commercial waterways, this is designed to take the great big oil tankers. 700 tonnes of fuel comes in a couple of times a week, goes from Goole or Grimsby or Goole usually down into Rotherham, and people don't realise that Rotherham has got an oil refinery right next to the canal. We don't think be meeting any of the tankers on this trip, or at least not going out anyway. But as you can see, this is quite a big lock. That's not it's windy. It's so bloody windy. But a lovely day nonetheless. So that's the big lock gates there, and then there, huge. And this is a bent lock. It's a bent lock. You know what I mean? It's not straight because it goes along there. And then yeah. Anyway, so 700 tonnes of tanker twice a week in here, and then there's our pissy little 26-tonne narrowboat. But this is Doncaster. I actually quite like Doncaster, have to be honest. It's got a smashing market, it's got a lovely little town centre, people are really sweet, There's a couple of really good places to eat, including Med at the Market and the Rum Rooms and Janine's Pub, which I can never remember what it's called. Something near the market, tavern thingy. Sure, comment, leave a correction. Welcome to Doncaster. Right, still in Doncaster Lock. I thought I'd point out one of the least likely places to find graffiti. Look at that, tucked up there. How good is that? That's it. Just so you know, out of all this, I then have to navigate the boat in so that we can get Charlotte down those steps onto the boat nicely. Oops. And while I'm busy doing this silly video, I've lost my position in a bit, but there you go, look at that. As far as navigational skills go, that's bobbins, that is. It is very, very windy, as you can probably hear on the microphone, and it's been flapping that mat up and down as well, and it's quite choppy, as you can see on the water. But we're not being bashed around too much, and apparently it's a remembrance. It's not a remembrance, it's a remnants. Oh, I should really have just said remains, reminder, remember. Oh, never mind. It's what's left of a hurricane that's come over from America. Cheers, guys. Thanks. I give you my wonderful lectures, and you give us a hurricane. So this is the remains of. It is really windy, actually. It's the remains of Hurricane Bastard, because they all go from alphabetical. So we've had arsehole, bastard, next is the cocksucker, and then dickweed, and we're bound to get all of those on our holiday away. I'm talking like serious. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's enough video for now. This is it's about as choppy as I can remember it down here, because of wind from the remains of Hurricane Bastard or whatever. Anyway, still here. It's been here for a number of years. Is this little van over, and it's almost not a little van. Pick up, you know what I mean. Anyway, it's almost as if it's become a bit of a landmark, and we know it as being the sign that around this bend is Long Sandal Lock, and it's quite a nice kind of end of, as far as I'm concerned, the Sheffield to the canal, because then shortly after, well, after Barnby done, we it's a fucking, no, it's a trampoline, I think. Anyway. Love it. Just over the other side there is a travellers site, you know, a permanent site for travellers. But it's moored here a few years ago, quite a few years ago now. And this chap came over and started talking, and he said that, you know, that his mum or something, I can't remember what his mum or his gran or something, was getting a bit old and couldn't handle the travelling lifestyle, and how nice it was here. And he said to me, and I apologise for the silly accent, but it kind of fit really nice. He said to me, he says, lovely spot. He says, lovely spot. He said, trouble is, any grief around here, we always get the blame, so we do. And I actually felt a little bit sorry for him, and we carried on chatting, and then the next thing he said was, and with a completely straight face, he said, how much do you want for your dog? And do you want to buy a generator? And I just thought, you shot down the stereotype, and then you've reinforced it. I still don't know really whether he was joking or whether he was serious, but he was a lovely bloke nonetheless, and didn't offer to do my driveway just to hammer another stereotype. But yeah, long sandal. I like long sandal. I like long sandal for a number of reasons. We've got a couple of mates who live just down the road from here, Juliet and Paul. And you'll probably know Paul if you come to any of our parties, because Paul's always the sober one at the end. And it's, if you've been to any of my lectures at the boathouse or any of my groups, the whiteboard stand, which I use as a flip chart stand, came from Paul, and our sign, the sign that says boathouse, which is also the coat hanger, came from a nice bit of wood that Paul bought one day. So we like long sandal, and even though it's bloody windy, I'm going to pause this now while we go into the lock. As soon as I've got into the lock, the wind has stopped. Well, a little bit. So this is long sandal lock. They got a little marina over there, and God, that wind was bonkers there. As soon as we got into the lock, it seems to have stopped. It nearly took my hat off. Right there. Right, so long sandal lock. Need a coffee now. Hey! Well, we've just stopped off at Barnby Dun, which a lot of people call Barnaby Dun, but it's not. There's no A. Well, there is an A after the B, but never mind. It's Barnby Dun, lift bridge, and now this is the bit where you get a choice. This is the end, really, of the what a lot of people call the Sheffield and Tinsley Canal, or the Sheffield and South Yorkshire Navigation. None of that really counts, because up here there's a junction, and you can go right on the Stanford Kidby Canal, or you can go straight on up what's called the New Junction Canal, because it was a new junction. Yeah, the waterways are helpful like that. You can't really see much because clouds are low. Now, New Junction's a completely bog straight, not bog straight, thingy straight, what's it straight? Canal. I'm talking so much bollocks today. So no change there, children. What we have is completely straight canal, which joins this, where we is now, onto an air border navigation. Fuck, it's windy. The air and border navigation is what we're going to be taking going to Leeds. Oh God! This is fuck this! Back soon, children! This is the beginning of the New Junction Canal, and these are guillotine gates which are here to protect the canal from the River Don. I'll show you that in a minute. That's his dog. Hi. Now, these steel gates, guillotines, drop down to there, and that's to protect the canal from that down there. Now, I've always thought, if that down there rose to the level of this up here, wind has just totally pushed me over, thanks to the wind, then we would have a problem. There's a woman walking across with a dog. Even on a windy canal, you can always find Totty. So yeah, so if that rises and floods, this is to protect. It's fucking raining now. They just start blowing all these. wind is just totally, there's nothing I can do here, I just got to go with it. It's trying to blow the camera out of my hand. There we go, we'll be alright now. I'll put some speed on, and we can go. But look at that, that is, so that is the guillotines. What New Junction Canal. Oh, bollocks to this. Fucking hell. At least it's not cold. Don't let it down yet. The power to stop traffic. Not that there's any there, but that knows what I mean. 2 hours up the New Junction Canal, dead straight. Perfect, it's like a Roman road. And if the Romans had built canals, they'd have been here a couple of thousand years later. They quite possibly would have built this New Junction Canal. And over on the side there's what's known as the Dutch River. Don't know why. I was going to say something stupid then. Glad I didn't. So coming up to the top of New Junction Canal, what we have is this strange, what do you call it, bit here. And what I'm going to do is slow down, so we don't disturb this on the left here. And at the top there is the air and colder navigation. So I'm just going to pause this for a minute and then I'll be back. That's a better view, isn't it? So I'm slowing down. I've stood up here. Stood on the thing. I've slowed down because you should slow down when you pass other boats. You should definitely slow down when you pass that wreck, because it looks like the slightest bit of turbulence, it would fall apart. And yeah, okay, well, like you get some people who don't necessarily look after their houses. On the canal system you get people who don't. I mean, that is fucking rough though, isn't it? God, look at that. Yeah, this is, I'll get back up. Oh, there we are. Who says old men can't jump or white men can't? Anyway, whoever we are, this at the top there, you can see that is the junction, and I thought it'd be interesting, boys and girls, to show you that. And this is sort of like traffic calming, because we have the tankers and the big boats come up here, and this is to slow them down, because otherwise they might crash into the end there. And there's also a bit here where they can put boards in if they need to. You remember at the other end they had the guillotine gates. I say you remember, it's only a couple of minutes for you. Right, it's 2 hours for me. I've sort of breathed since then, so I might have forgotten. But they can put boards and stuff in here across there to there, so they can drop boards in those holes. Yeah? Do you understand what I mean, boys and girls? Of course you do. And oh fuck, I'm about to crash. And so this is an aqueduct that then goes over, and then I can show you. Oh blimey. Actually, I can speed up a little bit. And then down there, as we go over the aqueduct, you'll see why they can put, I don't think they've ever needed to, but they can put boards in there in case that water were to flood. And I don't know which one that is, that's another river or something like that anyway. And then the Dutch River goes down there. So this runs kind of parallel with the air and colder navigation. So we go back down there is where we come from, obviously. Don't know why I bothered saying that. I sound stupid now. I'm talking for the sake of it now. And coming up to the end here, on this lovely aqueduct, to prevent flooding from that. Shut up. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Now, because I'm one of those salty old sea dogs, a time-honoured salty seaman, I always slow down when passing other boats because it's the kind and considerate thing to do. Not that they really give a shit, because they would just go ploughing past me with a bow wave that would enable a surfer to have a good time. I say that, they might not necessarily be like that, they might be nice boaters, but I'm a nice boater. So I slow down when coming up to other boats so that we don't disturb them. I usually slow down for fishermen as well, not that they care, because fishermen just sit there with maggots in their mouth, jacking themselves off. Not all fishermen, sorry John if you watch this, and especially sorry Laura, although Laura might, I don't know. I wish I hadn't said any of that. So this is the junction now. You can go right down, goes down to Gaul, and left goes up towards Leeds. There we go. Air and quarter navigation. And what you should really do is you should give a blast on the horn, but there's nothing coming, and so there's no point. There we go. I'm not saying anything about this. And over there's a bit of a lake, which is why they have that traffic calming measure down there. Otherwise the tankers would come steaming down here, crash into that lake and sink and stuff. Right, it's getting windy. So, bit of power. I'm not going to bother with a horn. Anyone who watches this, beep there, pretend I've done the horn. And guys, it's getting cold. And not only is it cold, what's that? What's there? It's like a line of soapy bubbles. And we're now no longer on New Junction Canal. We're now on air and colder navigation where it's windy. And it's got cold, it's got very cold. And there's Marley! Hey, Marley! Now, sorry Marley, there you go. Come on in! Hey! One dog and his boat. That's my boy! I've been trying to get a shot like that. Alright, right, so, crumbs. I don't even know if the sound's going to work on here. It's 3 o'clock, it's taken 2 hours to come up New Junction Canal. And this is one of the more boring parts of the trip, the air and colder navigation. We're going through Whitley and Bollocks, which are huge locks. And I might end up finishing the video here because it's a loathsome, boring piece of stretch, which is windy and cold. And it's, Right. Alright, see you later children. Bye bye boys and girls. Bye bye boys and girls. Bye bye. Bye. Oh shit, this is fucking bollocks. You'll probably be able to tell from the noise that it's bloody windy. Oh, I have. They're walking. They're back there somewhere. On the windy air and colder navigation. I've been on here for about 20 minutes, I'm sick of it already. It's getting colder, it's getting overcast, it feels like it's going to piss it down any minute. And it's just boring. I mean, this is boring, this is about as boring as it gets. It's boring, 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 boring. And cold and boring. That's it. I'll do another video when we get to one of the big locks. Right, well, a slightly truncated journey at Pollington because some ignorant cunt of a farmer has shut this fucking bridge illegally and just fucking left it fucking shut. Well, thanks a lot, Farmer fucking Giles, you ignorant cunt. Well, Farmer fuckwit Giles is now closing the gate again. He's been told, apparently, he's not allowed to block the canal. He hasn't got anyone working over there, and apparently he's just being bloody minded. Another fuckwit farmer. I mean, fucking hell. So, anyway, we are now about to go through one of the two largest locks in the inland waterways. The gates are against us, but that's alright. The life on the ocean waves. I'll pause this now. Now we've come up through Pollington, and the farmer has very nicely shut his bridge again. There's nothing going across it. Anyway, this is one of the larger locks, as you can see. But now the wind's not going to be my friend. Oh crikey, the wind's not going to be my friend either. So, it's going to run it down the edge. So we've got this gate here, and there's another gate there, but that's not the lock, that's only half the lock, a little bit of the lock. And what we get further up here, so this is all part of the one lock, so those gates are there at the very end. So Whitley and Pollington are the two largest, I think they're still the two largest inland waterways locks. So there's one set of gates, two sets of gates. There's this set of gates here. And then finally another set of gates up here. So that is one big lock. And I think someone says 5 million gallons of, I don't know, I'm not sure whether that's right or not. And historically that was to take these really huge sand barges that would come up and down here, and oil tankers and stuff, because this is a massive commercial waterway. And I'll just show you, this is a converted, I think this is it, I'm not sure actually. No, it's probably not. I thought that was a converted sand barge. It's not, it's just a little Dutch barge. But at some point I'll do a video, because we passed one of the converted sand barges. It's now some kind of, I don't know what it is. I thought it was a house, but apparently it's some kind of floating museum or heritage centre, or I don't know. I mean, this one's pretty big that we're about to pass here. Today's been a challenge in terms of wind. No, this is just a little Dutch barge. Compared to the big ones. That's pretty. Yeah. Right. Later, children. That's the second of the two largest inland waterways locks. That's Whitley Lock, and back down there, what seems like a million miles away, was Pollington. And I think it's just gone 5, yeah, 5:05. So not bad. 1 o'clock. We set off from Barnaby Dun. Remember, no A, not Barnaby Dun. So we're bang on time in real terms. It's taken us, what time is it? I can't remember. I think probably a couple of hours to get up. About 3 o'clock I think it took us to get to the top of New Junction Canal, and then a couple of hours to here. It has been remarkably windy, and we did have to deal with a fuckwit farmer. So I have made a, it's gone dark, it's gone very dark. I have made a decision that we're mooring for the night, and there's Charlotte over there with Marley, and that is that, I think, for today, children. We are now at 5 o'clock going to declare this wine o'clock, and and place the main brace and stick the yard arm over the tiller pin and shit. So that's it for another day out on the whatever cut, that's the term, out on the cut. Can have a drink now. Changed our mind because, well, we were moored back there was a shelf and we kept banging against the shelf even with the fenders down, so I thought fuck that for a game of soldiers. This is supposed to be a relaxing holiday. I don't want to feel like I'm on a whatever it is, you know. Anyway, so we're now going through Whitley Lock. Big fuck off lock. This is a big lock again. It's another big lock. So then we're going to moor up somewhere slightly with less banging. What? Oh right, okay. Whoops. That salvaged our fenders. Inflatable, know what I mean? And we're going up Whitley Lock. And as I said, second of the two, Whitley and Pollington. These are just incredibly colossal, massive locks. So I'll do another one as we're leaving.